The Deputy King, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, chaired the weekly Cabinet meeting at Gudaibiya Palace. The Cabinet commended His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa's address at the inaugural meeting of the Board of Peace held at the invitation of US President Donald Trump, affirming the Kingdom's steadfast stance on peace. The Cabinet highlighted the importance of His Majesty's address that affirmed Bahrain's firm commitment to the peaceful resolution of conflict and to strengthen relations between countries, religions and peoples based on dialogue, mutual respect and peaceful coexistence. The Cabinet also commended the outcomes of the visit of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister to Qatar and his meeting with the Emir of Qatar, His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. The Cabinet expressed gratitude for the warm hospitality extended to His Royal Highness and the accompanying delegation during His Royal Highness's visits to the GCC countries. The Cabinet congratulated Kuwait, its Emir, government and people on Kuwait's National Day and Liberation Day, emphasising Kuwait's accomplishments across various sectors. The Cabinet stressed the full sovereignty of Kuwait over its maritime areas and maritime elevations and expressed its categorical rejection of any claims by other parties to sovereignty over them. The Cabinet further urged Iraq to take into consideration the course of historical relations and to act responsibly in accordance with the rules and principles of international law, particularly the provisions of the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea of 1982, in a manner consistent with the understandings, agreements and MOUs between the two countries. The Cabinet then approved the following: a draft law amending certain provisions of the Electronic Communications and Transactions Law, a draft law amending certain provisions of the Law on Consumer Protection, and the Government's response to several proposals. The Cabinet then reviewed the following ministerial reports: the outcomes of the participation in the opening session of the 62nd Munich Security Conference, the outcomes of the 6th session of the Morocco-Bahrain Joint High Committee, and updates on the implementation of Cabinet decisions. The Deputy King, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, hosted a Ramadan iftar banquet for senior officers of the Bahrain Defence Force. Upon arrival, His Royal Highness was received by BDF Commander-in-Chief, Field Marshal Sheikh Khalif bin Ahmed Al Khalifa. The Minister of the Prime Minister's Court, His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, and His Highness Lieutenant Colonel Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa were also in attendance. His Royal Highness was also welcomed by the Minister of Defence Affairs, Lieutenant General Abdullah bin Hassan Al Nuaimi, the BDF Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Thiab bin Saga Al Nuaimi, and other senior BDF officers. His Royal Highness expressed pride in the BDF personnel's unwavering determination and loyalty in fulfilling their national duty, serving the Kingdom and safeguarding its achievements. His Royal Highness commended their honourable sacrifices and contributions in advancing the Kingdom's progress. His Royal Highness highlighted that the BDF's advanced level of combat readiness has been achieved under the guidance and support of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. On the occasion of the holy month of Ramadan, His Royal Highness exchanged best wishes with the BDF Commander-in-Chief and senior officers, wishing the Kingdom, Arab and Islamic nations continued security, progress and prosperity. In turn, the BDF Commander-in-Chief extended his wishes for the Kingdom and its people to continue enjoying security, stability and prosperity under the leadership of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. For his part, on behalf of BDF personnel, the BDF Commander-in-Chief expressed his gratitude for His Royal Highness's commitment and unwavering support to the BDF and its personnel. The Deputy King, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, yesterday visited majlises of the Kanu, Al Jashi and Al Khuzai families, the majlises of the Shura Council Chairman Ali bin Saleh Al Saleh, and the majlis of the late Yusuf Khalil Al Muayyad. His Royal Highness outlined that the ambitions of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa continue to guide the Kingdom's comprehensive development, driving national priorities and long-term strategic progress. His Royal Highness the Deputy King noted that in line with the directives of His Majesty the King, Bahrain Economic Vision 2030's objectives remain firmly focused on advancing the well-being of Bahrain citizens. His Royal Highness emphasised that this approach reflects His Majesty the King's firm belief that delivering on citizens' aspirations is central to Bahrain's development, and that investing in the Kingdom's people is the foundation for sustainable progress and long-term prosperity. His Royal Highness highlighted that through the collective dedication of all members of Team Bahrain, the Kingdom's national economy has grown to more than 5 times since 2000. His Royal Highness emphasised that the launch of Bahrain Economic Vision 2030 in 2008 was a transformative milestone, accelerating economic growth and diversification with a contribution of non-oil sectors to GDP above 84%. His Royal Highness expressed his pride in and appreciation towards Bahraini citizens, commending the unwavering efforts, creativity and dedication across various sectors. His Royal Highness the Deputy King commented that the national talents have consistently delivered with excellence and distinction across all fields, playing an important role in the Kingdom's ongoing advancement. His Royal Highness also exchanged Ramadan greetings with the hosts and attendees of the majlises, understanding the holy month of Ramadan represents a valuable opportunity to further strengthen the principles of unity, solidarity and social cohesion. His Royal Highness reiterated the vital role that Ramadan majlises play in preserving Bahrain's deep-rooted traditions through engagement and reinforcing national unity. For their part, the heads of the majlises expressed their sincere gratitude for His Royal Highness's continued commitment to engaging with Bahraini society and conveyed their wishes for the Kingdom's ongoing progress and prosperity. The Minister of Finance and National Economy, Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, along with several senior officials, also attended. The Deputy King, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, received President of the Electricity and Water Authority (EWA), Engineer Kamal bin Ahmed Mohammed at Gudaibiya Palace. His Royal Highness reiterated that Bahrain's ongoing progress is driven by the unwavering efforts and dedication of Bahraini citizens, who continue to further the kingdom's comprehensive development, led by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. His Royal Highness commended the contributions of the President of the EWA as part of Team Bahrain in enhancing government performance and advancing work streams in support of achieving the kingdom's development goals. The President of EWA assumed several leadership roles, including Chief Executive Officer of the Economic Development Board, Minister of Cabinet Affairs, Minister of Transportation and Telecommunications, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Bahrain Airport Company, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Gulf Petrochemical Industries Company, and President of EWA. In these positions, he oversaw the implementation of key national initiatives and projects. His Royal Highness welcomed the President of EWA's contributions across various ministries and entities. The President of EWA oversaw during his tenure and expressed his best wishes to the President of EWA for continued success and prosperity in his future endeavours. The President of EWA extended his gratitude to His Majesty the King for the trust bestowed upon him throughout his service across various government and institutional positions. He also expressed his appreciation to His Royal Highness the Deputy King for his commitment to supporting the Kingdom's workforce, whose continued contributions drive forward the Kingdom's national goals and aspirations. The Minister of Finance and National Economy, Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, was also present. The Deputy Prime Minister, Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, attended an official reception and dinner hosted by Saudi Ambassador to Bahrain, Naif bin Bandar Al Sadari, marking the occasion of Saudi Arabia's founding day. The event was attended by Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Abdul Latif Al Zayani, along with a number of ministers and senior officials. The Deputy Prime Minister affirmed the deep-rooted and historic fraternal relations between Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, which continue to grow and prosper under the care of His Majesty the King and the custodian of the two holy mosques. He said this reflects a distinguished model of unity and cohesion between the two nations and peoples. He commended the sincere efforts of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia in further enhancing bilateral cooperation and advancing the strategic partnership towards broader horizons of integration that benefit both nations. He stated that Bahrain's sharing in the joy of celebrating this national occasion reflects once again the strength of the bonds that make Saudi Arabia's achievements and celebrations a source of pride for every Bahraini, in the belief that the two brotherly nations follow a common path that does not diverge. He praised Saudi Arabia's remarkable progress and achievements across various fields, describing them as a blessed outcome of its early nation-building journey and a continuation of foundations laid 3 centuries ago. He also highlighted Saudi Arabia's role as the region's strategic depth and safety valve, commending its key contributions to regional security and its steadfast support for Bahrain. The Deputy Prime Minister also expressed appreciation for the noble efforts and leading roles undertaken by Saudi Arabia in serving Islam and Muslims, praying to Allah Almighty to bless this occasion with continued prosperity, progress and success for the Kingdom. The Minister of Information, Dr. Ramzan bin Abdullah Al Nuaimi, met the participants of the 11th intake of the Prime Minister's Fellowship Programme, highlighting the initiative's role in developing national talent and enhancing government performance. He stressed that empowering national talent remains a cornerstone of Bahrain's comprehensive development process under the leadership of His Majesty the King and the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. The Minister praised the programme for its vision to invest in Bahraini talent and foster a culture of excellence across government, noting its role in enhancing institutional performance and promoting innovation. He added that the programme delivered tangible results in preparing national talent to keep pace with rapid global developments. The participants toured several departments and facilities within the ministry, including the News Centre and radio and television studios, and visited the National Communications Centre, where CEO Ahmed Al-Rafi highlighted the centre's role in managing the government communications on ecosystem, coordinating unified messaging, and employing media monitoring and analysis tools to enhance rapid response to developments locally and internationally. The Ministry of Industry and Commerce has awarded the Green Factory seal to over 40 factories as part of a national initiative aimed at encouraging the shift towards sustainable industrial practices and raising the level of environmental commitment. On this occasion, Minister of Industry and Commerce Abdullah Fakro affirmed that the initiative represents a practical model of partnership between the public and private sectors. He noted that the factories receiving the seal reflect an advanced level of environmental awareness and responsibility and contribute to supporting the national path towards more sustainable and competitive industrial development. This initiative aligns with Industrial Sector Strategy 2022 to 2026 and supports Bahrain's directions in the areas of circular carbon economy, environmental and social governance, and expanding the use of low-emission solutions. This is achieved by providing a package of benefits and incentives to committed factories in cooperation with several private sector entities. The Ministry announced the addition of new strategic partners to the initiative to provide accessible financing solutions for factories that have obtained the seal and to provide solar energy system installation services and other sustainable solutions at competitive prices. The Ministry stressed that these partnerships represent a qualitative addition to the initiative and contribute to facilitating the transition of factories from the stage of commitment to the stage of practical application, which enhances the environmental and economic impact of the initiative on the ground.
Today we have received the Green Seal and we're very happy with the recognition that we get for the Sustainability Act. Since 2019, when we have acquired the factory and made it ALA, we have invested a lot in our sustainability efforts. We continue to invest also for our new expansion in sustainability, and we're very pleased that we get so much support from Bahrain, and the MOIC also justified with this Green Seal. So we're very happy and very pleased to receive this.
Following Ministerial Decision 7 of 2026 on prohibiting the manufacture, import or use of single-use plastic bags less than 57 microns thick, the Minister of Industry and Commerce, Abdullah Fakro, affirmed the Ministry's commitment, in coordination with relevant authorities, to strengthen legislative and regulatory measures while balancing economic development with environmental protection, in line with the Kingdom's goal of achieving carbon neutrality by 2060. To speak more on this topic, we have the statement from the Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Industry and Commerce, Iman Al-Dosari.
This decision is a contribution of the previous steps taken by the Ministry of Industry and Commerce regarding plastic products based on intensive technical studies and consultations conducted in cooperation with the Supreme Council for Environment. The objective is to protect the environment and reduce plastic waste as much as possible, thereby contributing to the achievement of carbon neutrality by 2060. Previously, several decisions were issued by the Minister of Industry and Commerce in this regard, including the issuance of regulations for biodegradable plastic products, the decision to ban water bottles smaller than 200 milliliters, the decision to prohibit the manufacture, import, or circulation of single-use plastic bags with a thickness of less than 35 microns. With regards to determining the thickness of single-use plastics, this was reached gradually following the earlier decisions mentioned above. The selection of 57 microns was based on technical studies, regulation specifications, and requirements adopted in neighboring countries that have successful experiences in this field. This decision is scheduled to enter into force 6 months from the date of its issuance, publication in the official gazette, allowing both the industrial and commercial sectors sufficient time to dispose of existing stock, gradually replace it with permitted alternatives, and amend their production lines accordingly. The monitoring mechanism consists of 2 stages. The first stage, before the product enters into through the port and through visits to the factories producing this product, conducted by concerned directorates at the Ministry. Products are verified to ensure the compliance with applicable requirements and that they do not violate the decision. The second stage comes after the products enter the market through inspection campaigns and field surveys.
In implementation of the order of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister to open, restore and rehabilitate 60 mosques affiliated with the Sunni and Jafari Aqaf, the chairman of the Sunni Waqf Council, Sheikh Dr. Rashid bin Mohammed Al-Hajri, opened Aisha Al-Mazal Mosque in Sanad. The chairman stressed that the expansion of the establishment of mosques witnessed by Bahrain comes thanks to the royal support of His Majesty the King and the directors of His Royal Highness. He pointed to the constant keenness to follow up on all projects of places of worship in Bahrain to enhance the roles of mosques in serving society and strengthening the ties between its members. He extended sincere thanks to the Al-Mazal family for their contribution to building the mosque, stressing that this initiative reflects the spirit of social solidarity and keenness to support places of worship. During the holy month of Ramadan, the General Directorate of Traffic relies on special arrangements that take into account the clear change in daily traffic patterns that include a change in peak times before breaking the fast or after, in addition to active movement in the second half of the month in the vicinity of commercial complexes, markets and vital areas. The field deployment of traffic patrols in these locations is enhanced with their distribution according to traffic indicators to ensure rapid movement facilitation in the event of any accident or traffic congestion. The presence is being intensified at major intersections and highways with a focus on awareness and urging drivers to adhere to traffic regulations.